Buddham 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 Vande Dhammang 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 Vande Sangham 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 Vande Buddham Dhammang Sangham Vande Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Eka dhammang bhikkhave pajahate ahang vo patibhogo anagamitaya Katamang eka dhammang moham bhikkhave eka dhammang pajahate ahang vo patibhogo anagamitayati Dear friends in Dhamma, in this discussion I am going to explain the continuation of the circle of rebirth and its cessation. This is one of the main concept or teaching in Buddhism. The Supreme Buddha explained us how we succeed in this samsaric circle and also how we overcome this samsaric circle too. The very first step is that how we succeed in this immediate life and also how we receive a blissful life after we die. That is the first step in Buddhism. After we having a guarantee or assurance that we never fall into a hell, that after that we should have a confidence that we are on the path of liberation. When we discuss Buddha's message, Buddha always explained the path how to achieve the real happiness. Everyone needs to succeed in his life. Success is the main purpose of everyone. Our success depends on our happiness. Our happiness depends on how far we have purified our mind from negative thoughts. What are the negative thoughts? Unwholesome mental states that disturb our peace of mind. Yes, they are lobha, dosa and moha. Lobha means craving, greed, attachment, covetousness, lust or lustful desire. They are the synonyms for lobha or raga. The second defilement is that dosa or anger or ill will. The third one is delusion or ignorance, moha or avidya. These are the main unwholesome mental states that disturb our peace of mind. A lot of people don't know even they have these defilements. But you are so fortunate. The reason is that when you are angry, you know that I am angry. When you have lust in your mind, you understand my mind is lustful. It means you are on the path of liberation. A lot of people in this world, they don't know even they have this kind of negative thoughts in their minds. If we can recognize when my mind is lustful, when my mind is angry, when my mind is ignorant, it means we are rich in our spiritual path. And also Buddha says, it is very easy to defeat hundreds of enemies in a battlefield. But very important thing is that defeating our negative thoughts, defilements, unwholesome mental states from our mind. That is the real victory. In this situation, our main purpose is happiness. If we want to achieve the real happiness, we have to purify our mind. When we are going to purify our mind, we should recognize negative thoughts that disturb our peace of mind. They are greed or craving, anger and delusion. And also, when we are going to reduce these negative thoughts from our mind, we should understand what is the path, how we reduce these negative thoughts from our mind. Buddha has explained some primary techniques when we are going to reduce these negative thoughts, such as practicing generosity. When we are generous, we can reduce some levels of our greediness. And also, when we practice loving kindness, we can reduce anger and greed as well. You know, if you have loving kindness, you are not greedy. If you think, if you can see other one like your son or daughter, are you greedy? No, we are ready to give something, whatever we have. Not only we can overcome anger throughout practicing loving kindness, but we can overcome even greed too. That is very important. And also practicing virtue or sila, discipline in our speech and behavior, especially practicing 5 precepts. When we practice 5 precepts, we have a confidence that we have no mistakes in our life. That is an assurance, safety, refuge in our life. These 3 meritorious deeds, dana, sila and bhavana, these are the things that we practice for the society. Actually, we generate positive thoughts in our mind, but a lot of benefits go to the society. Outside people associate with us, seeing these qualities in our lives, in our life. Even though we practice Sila, Samadhi, Panya in the higher level, in the supramundane level, if we don't have these qualities in our life, Dana, Sila and Bhavana, we are not honored in the society, we are rejected. That is very important. People don't care our insight, our spiritual qualities. They always look at that whether we are greedy or not. And also they always look at us whether we practice 5 precepts. And also they always look at us that whether we have loving kindness. When we act in this society, people can understand whether we practice loving kindness. Loving kindness is not only mentally but verbally and physically too. In these 3 stages, we should practice loving kindness. Loving kindness verbally, physically and mentally. First we practice it as a meditation technique, mentally. Then when we speak, we know very well, I have loving kindness in my mind. We have a control in our speech. And also when we act, when we do something, because of practicing loving kindness, we have a discipline in our behavior too. And also, one day, Buddha says the importance of reducing delusion. You know, among the three unwholesome mental roots, akusala mula, lobha, dosa and moha, craving, anger and delusion, Buddha says, avidya paramam malam. Ignorance is the worst defilement. In the primary level, we reduce greed and anger, but it is not the permanent solution. For the permanent solution, we have to practice insight meditation or vipassana bhavana. One day, Buddha says, Eka dhammam bhikkhave panyahata ahango patibhogo anagamitaya katam eka dhammam. Abandon one thing, monks, and I guarantee you none returning. What is that one thing? Mohang bhikkhave eka dhammam panyahata ahango patibhogo anagamitayati. Delusion is that one thing, monks, abandon that time. I guarantee you never come back to the world. None returning. If we can reduce delusion to the maximum level, it means we never come back to the world. And also, in various places, many places, Buddha has pointed out the importance of reducing ignorance. All Buddhist doctrines focus on reducing ignorance or delusion. The opposite of delusion is that wisdom or samadhi, right understand. Buddha says there are 4 qualities that we continuously practice to develop wisdom, reducing delusion. What they are? They are associating good friends, listening to Dhamma, wise consideration, and practice meditation. These 4 qualities should be practiced from the beginning to end on the path of liberation. Associating good friends, Sappurisa Sanseva, listening to Dhamma, Saddhamma Savana, wise consideration, Yoniso Manasikara, and Patipada practice, practicing Samatha and Vipassana meditations. And in this situation, first of all, we should understand the continuation of the circle. How we go around the samsaric circle. Even though we have no effort, we are going here and there. We are born, we are going to decay, sicknesses, death, and reborn. Again and again, we go to this circle. What is the reason of going around this circle? Yes, ignorance or avidya. What is the nature of avidya? Ignorance. What is the ignorance? Yes. Yes, very good. We think there is an outside world. And also, not only that, but when we experience something, we think there was something before we experience. And also, after we experience, we think that it remains. This is one of the natures of ignorance. For example, when you open the door of the fridge, you may think that light was lighting, light was shining, even though you didn't open the door of the fridge. You may think that the light is shining. Light is there, isn't? It is true? It is true? When you don't open the door of your fridge, the light of the fridge is lighting, shining? No. It shines, it starts to shine as soon as you open the door. But, in that level we understand. Because we are wise. But, some little children, they may think that, yes, light is always there. And also, when we go to a mirror, before we went to a mirror, was our reflection is there? No. Our reflection wasn't waiting for us until we go there. It arises when we appear there. We are not ignorant in those experiences, but in other world, other incidents, other situations, we are ignorant. Here it is very important to understand the mundane level truth and the supra-mundane level truth. In the mundane level truth, before we experience, there is something outside. It is true in this world. Even our karmic force works with this understanding. When we close to die, some thoughts come to our mind. If you have practiced generosity, those incidents come to your mind. Not only mental formations come to your mind, with those mental formations, some forms come to your mind. How you practice generosity. And you think that it's still there happening. According to your mental formations and those forms, you are coming back to the world. You come back to the world. That is the nature of ignorance in this level, in the samsaric circle. And also, the other thing is, in ignorance, that when we experience something, when we experience this statue, we think that this is a statue for everyone. And also, you may think that everyone should worship this statue. If someone neglects the statue, you may get angry. But this is a statue for my world. This is not a statue for another one. And also, when you enter the temple, you remove your shoes. When someone comes to the temple, suddenly you think that that person also should remove the shoes. If that person doesn't do it, you may get angry soon. But this is a holy place for you. This is not a holy place for him. We can ask them, please remove your shoes. This is a holy place. You can explain the situation in this place. But you have no right to get angry. Especially if you know the Dhamma. And also, this wall is a wall for my world. When another being look at this wall like a ghost, this is not a wall for him. He may go through the wall. He may see through the wall. This is a wall for my world. And also in this moment, next moment, if you develop your mind with psychic energy, you can see through that wall. You can go through the wall. In this situation, according to your present mental condition, according to your ignorance, according to your wisdom, you have your senses. These senses appear. These senses are alive according to my present mental condition. From moment to moment, it is different. It differs from moment to moment. But we don't understand this situation because of our delusion. We think, if I am angry with someone, forever I am angry with him. But when we remember his good activities, we are not angry with him. It is different from moment to moment. And also, these senses I receive according to my present mental condition. Now, you are present with me. If I blame you with very rush words, then suddenly your mind changes. Then, according to your mental condition, your eye, your body suddenly change. This is the nature of our life. This is the nature of ignorance. If we can understand this reality, first of all, we develop positive thoughts in this mundane level in the samsaric circle. What are the positive thoughts that we can practice in this level? There are many positive thoughts such as loving kindness, generosity, sympathetic joy, confidence in the Buddha, virtue, samma vayama, samma sati, like that samma vaka, right speech, right action, equanimity. These are the mental formations as wholesome mental states that we can practice in this level. When our mind is concentrated with positive thoughts, then we practice another thing to overcome the samsaric circle. How we go away from the samsaric circle. In this level, people in the world create three things. Avidya, paccaya, sankhara. Avidya means ignorance. Through ignorance are conditions, volitional actions arise. Through ignorance are conditioned volitional actions. Avidya, paccaya, sankhara, mental formations arise because of delusion or ignorance. Mental formations in this level can be divided into three. They are punya-visankhara. Punya-visankhara means wholesome mental states, mental formations. And apunya-visankhara, unwholesome mental formations. The first one is punya-visankhara and apunya-visankhara, unwholesome mental formations. And also, there is another thing, anenja-visankhara, imperturbable emotions or mental formations. Imperturbable is a special word. I think you also are not familiar with that word. Imperturbable. Anenja-visankhara. It helps us to be reborn in the arupavachara level, formless realms. Anenja-visankhara, imperturbable mental states. Wholesome mental states, unwholesome mental states, and imperturbable mental states. Those three mental states arise because of delusion. What is the nature of delusion? We have extremes. In this level, we have two extremes. What are the extremes? Sometimes we may think that there is a world. There is a permanent thing in this world. It means eternalism, sassatavada. We think that continuously my mind goes. Unbroken mental states that I have. It is the nature of sassatavada, eternalism. And the second one, nihilism. Nihilism means we think that there isn't something. Everything says suddenly. That is also an extreme. In this level, these are the extremes that we have: nihilism or eternalism. And when we go to this level, we overcome this misunderstanding. In this level, we can practice 3 karmas. I think you have already learned 3 karmas in this mundane level. What are the 3 karmas? What are the 3 karmas? Black karma, white karma, and black and white karma. Atti bhikkave kammang kannan kanna vipakang. There are some actions which are black, that consequence, that result, black results. If we do something with a wicked mind, physically, verbally, or mentally, those actions are black. Black means evil or unwholesome. And the second one, atti bhikkave kammam sukkhaṃ sukha vipākam. There is an action which results white results. There is an action which is white that causes white results. Atti bhikkave kammam sukkhaṃ sukha vipākam. Kannan kanna vipākam, sukkhaṃ sukha vipākam. Completely our mind is pure from greed and anger, not from delusion. And in this level, we can go to the blissful lives, such as heaven realm and Brahma realm. And another thing that Buddha says, atti bhikkave kammam kanna sukha vipākam. There is an action which is black and white that causes black and white results. In one side we practice good deeds, in another way we practice bad deeds with impure mind. That is black and white actions. These 3 actions arise because of ignorance or delusion. We can go to the higher realms such as heavenly realm and Brahma realms, but still we are in the samsaric circle. We are not away from suffering because of delusion. Buddha says, avidya paccaya sankhara. Avidya paccaya sankhara means through ignorance are conditioned volitional actions. Sankhara paccaya vijnanam. Through volitional actions is conditioned consciousness. Vijnana paccaya nama rupam. Through consciousness are conditioned mental and physical phenomena. Nama rupa paccaya salayatanam. Through mental and physical phenomena are conditioned the 6 faculties. Salayatana paccaya passo. Through the 6 faculties is conditioned contact. Passa paccaya vedana. Through contact is conditioned sensation. Vedana paccaya tanha. Through sensation is conditioned craving. Tanha paccaya upadanam. Through craving is conditioned clinging. Upadana Pachya Bhavo, through clinging is conditioned the process of beginning or becoming. Bhava Pachya Jati, through the process of becoming is conditioned birth. Bhava Pachya Jati Jara Marana Soka Parideva, through birth are conditioned decay, death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. This is the sansaric circle. These are the parts of the Patisampada, the dependent origination. How sansara goes, how sansara is alive, how we go around the sansaric circle. When we are ignorant, we are in the sansaric circle, and also we create these three karmas: white karma, black karma, or black and white karmas. And also, in the primary level, Buddha has explained how we receive a blissful life. What are the qualities that we can develop to the maximum level in this mundane stage? What are the qualities? Especially practicing generosity, practicing moral conduct, and practicing loving kindness. And also any kind of samatha meditation technique. There are 40 meditation techniques in samatha. Whatever you can practice in these 40 meditation techniques, it means we can concentrate our mind. Whenever we concentrate our mind, at the moment we have no big attachment or detachment, or craving or anger. Our mind is so calm. It means we are ready to become a blissful life. Buddha says, if someone can practice 5 precepts, and especially going to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha for refuge, Saddha, it is very important to have a blissful life hereafter. Not only we receive hereafter, but in this immediate life, when we practice these qualities day by day, we can see our inner peace increases. That is why we say, Sanditthiko Akaliko Dhamma is visible results, immediately effective, because Dhamma is well expounded by the Supreme Buddha. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo. And this is the way how we go around the sansaric circle. The more we are ignorant, the more we have chance to go around the sansaric circle. And Buddha explain us kindly how we overcome this sansaric circle. That is the highest advice that Buddha has given us very kindly. Buddha says, if someone can practice wisdom, reducing delusion, the Supreme Buddha guarantees that we come back to the world. And also Buddha says, beings confused by delusion go to rebirth in a bad realms, but having right understanding, understood delusion, those with insight abandon it. By abandoning it, they never come back to this world again. Buddha always encourages us to develop wisdom little by little. In the primary level, we should have a confidence in the karmic law. Whatever we do with intention, physically, verbally, or mentally, we will have the same results. If we have this understanding, first of all, we try to keep our mind pure and calm with positive thoughts, such as generosity and loving kindness. When we purify our mind from greed and anger, then we are going to fight with delusion or ignorance, which is the worst defilement that disturbs our peace of mind. Samadhi. And here, it is very important to understand the dependent origination, Patisampada. What is the Patisampada? Patisampada is explained in various ways in Buddhism. When Buddha met Panchavaggiya Bhikkhu, 5 ascetic people, Buddha explained the dependent origination, saying that yang kinchi samudaya dhammam sabbantha nirodha dhammam. Whatever arises with conditions, when conditions cease, that experience ceases. And also, when Buddha met Bahya Darukiriya, Buddha says, Evañ hite bahya sikhitabban, dikte diktamattam bhavisati, sute sutamattam bhavisati, mute mutamattam bhavisati, viññāte viññātamattam bhavisati. Bahya, please try to discipline in this way. When you see something, it is only seen. When you hear something, it is only seen. When you taste something, that is only taste. When you think something, it is just a thinking. Don't follow those things again and again. It means we should reflect on impermanence. And also sometimes Buddha says, Sabbe sankhara anicca. Everything is impermanent. Sometimes Buddha says, Sabbe sankhara dukkha. Everything is suffering or dissatisfactory. Sometimes Buddha says, Sabbe dhamma anatta. Every phenomenon are selfless. Sometimes Buddha says, Chakku maniccham. Eye is impermanent. Forms are impermanent. And eye consciousness is impermanent. What is that? What is the meaning of eye is impermanent? Eye means not just the physical eye, but the ability of seeing. This is only a device, not the real seeing. Even though we have the eye, even though there are some forms outside, if we have no attention, there is no eye consciousness. In this moment, this everything, these wires, comes to the eye. But until I explain this green wire, you didn't know this is white wire. Why is that? We have no volition or intention. A lot of things come to our eye, but only one thing that we focus on. And this everything should be together. Eye, forms, eye consciousness, contact. Everything is impermanent. That is why Buddha says in the Madhupindika Sutta, the discourse of honey cake. The discourse of honey cake. Madhupindika Sutta, Buddha says, how the world arises. Buddha says, eye consciousness arises dependent on the eye and size. The meeting of the three is contact. Contact is the condition for feeling. What you feel, you perceive. What you perceive, you think about. What you think about, you proliferate. What you proliferate about is the source from which a person is beset by concepts of identity that emerge from the proliferation of perceptions. This occurs with respect to sights known by the eye in the present, in the past, in the future, and the present. In Madhupindika Sutta, Buddha says, Chakkuncha paticca rupeca uppajjati chakku viññānam. When eye is alive, forms are here. When eye consciousness is here, then contact. When these three things are together, Tinna Sangati Passo, when these three things are together, contact arises. Passapacha Vedana, feelings arises then. Passapacha Vedana. Yang Vedeti Tan Sanjanati. If we feel something, we perceive it. Yang Sanjanati Tangitaketi. If we perceive something, we think about it. And Yang Vitaketi Tam Papancheti. If we think about something, we proliferate it. Papancha Sanya Sankha Samudakaranti. Then we compare this experience with our previous experiences. Then we meet something outside. If we meet something outside as persons or things, it means we are ready to come back to the world. Not only we are ready to come back to the world, but we are ready to receive some bonus or benefits to what they are. Yes, Jara, Marana, Vyadi, like that. Decay, sickness, death, rebirth, separation from beloved ones, separating with bad people. These are the benefits that we receive if we are ignorant. When our mind is ignorant, with an ignorant mind, if we experience something through our six senses, it means we get something as good or bad with comparing with this idea with our previous experiences. And this is how the world arises. This is the way how the samsaric circle arises. Then after that, Buddha says how we can overcome the samsaric circle. When we have no ignorance, if we are fully mindful at the moment wisely, then, when there is no I, no sights and no I consciousness, it is not possible to point out what is known as contact. When there isn't what is known as contact, it is not possible to point out what is known as feeling. When there isn't what is known as feeling, it is not possible to point out what is known as perception. When there isn't what is known as perception, it is not possible to point out what is known as thought. When there isn't what is known as thought, it is not possible to point out what is known as being beset by concepts of identity that emerge from the proliferation of perceptions. What is the meaning of not I, not sights, not I consciousness? Does it mean that we are blind or we close our eyes? No. Buddhism never advises us to close our eyes. It is not the way how we eradicate our defilements. If we want to eradicate our defilements, we should be wise and we should be mindful. With understanding, we can eradicate. Some other religious people in Buddha's time, they advise their students to not to see something, not to hear something for their liberation, for their deliverance. When they said like that, Buddha asked, if we advise like that, if, then, blind people or deaf people, they should be ascetic people. They may be enlightened person. It is not true. Having eyes, having ears, we can eradicate our defilements if we are wise and if we are mindful. There is no I, there is no slights, there is no I consciousness means when we have wisdom, when we have right understanding and mindfulness at the moment, we don't meet, we don't find material things outside. Why is that? Does it mean there are no material things outside? Yes, everything depends on 4 fundamental elements. Not only that, that fundamental elements are alive at the moment, according to our present mental condition. And also, those 5 experiences that we receive through our 5 senses are very instant. When we look at something, the first experience suddenly ceases. When we recognize something, we recognize through our mind consciousness. When we recognize something through our mind consciousness, the first experience has ceased. We have in this understanding. That is why we have no I, no sights, no I consciousness. For example, when you eat something which is in your plate, when you eat something, when you taste something, you may think that the taste comes from the plate food. But the taste that you receive through your tongue is inside, in your mouth, not in the plate. But we look at always the plate like that. We always look at front, but we live in the past experience. If we have this understanding, we don't find anything nor anyone outside. Why is that? We can recognize something outside, but we know very well, when we recognize something outside, the first experience has ceased. I recognize something through my eyes. Then how I get angry with someone? How I get attached with someone outside? Because, I receive some experience through my mind consciousness. If I blame someone, I blame my mind consciousness. If I love someone, I love my mind consciousness. If I hate someone, I hate my own mind. Then we are signed. We can understand what is happening. And that is why, if someone wants to kill someone, it means he likes kill himself. That is why his longevity goes down. If someone likes to disturb someone's children, it means he likes to disturb his own children. Then disadvantages come to his children. If we can understand this reality, our life completely changes. Whatever we love, whatever we hated, it means we have loved or hated not for others but for our own mind, our own mental conditions, mind consciousness. And if we have this understanding, we are hurried to go on this path. This is the place where we should be confident in what the Buddha taught, the Buddha's enlightenment. This is the place where we should respect this is the place where we should be confident in Buddha's understanding. This is the real Saddha. We usually say that Saddha, I am worshipping the Buddha. Buddha has these kind of qualities. Buddha explained Dharma to the three worlds. Buddha went through the sky. Buddha had a lot of psychic energy. Actually, those confidence belongs to Amulika Saddha. Very surface level confidence. When another person comes with other psychic energy, our confidence in Buddha suddenly goes down, because he also can fly through the sky without any device or any flight. Like that, if we have this confidence with the understanding in Buddha's enlightenment, that cannot be changed by anyone or anything. That is why, in Buddha's time, one day, Buddha explained his message to a Brahma, a lay person. Buddha explained the world is impermanent, the world is dissatisfactory, and the world is selfless. Suddenly, he became the first step of enlightenment, Sotapanna, stream entry. Then Buddha left him. After Buddha left him, the Mara, having the same figure of the Buddha, changing his body like the Buddha, he appeared in front of that person. What did he say? He said, my friend, I had a mistake. World is permanent. World is satisfactory. World is selfless. I had a mistake. With the same figure of the Buddha, the Mara came. That person said that, no, you are not the Buddha. You are not the Buddha. I have real understanding. Even though you Buddha, I don't believe you. Now I experience myself. That is the real confidence. That is the real Saddha. What is the reason? When we see the Dhamma through listening to Dhamma, then that experience is ours. That experience is unshakable by anyone, by even Buddha. After we attain some kind of spiritual stages, even the Buddha doesn't change our understanding. That is the real confidence. That is the real Saddha in what the Buddha told. Yes.
I feel like you just defined imperturbable.
Yes, these karmas, these actions help us to go to a, formless realms. Brahma realms is divided into two. Formless Brahma realms and formness, not forms realms. That karmas, anenjami sankara, imperturbable mental formations cause us to be reborn in the arupachara Brahma realm, non-form Brahma realms. Then we were discussing how we develop the real confidence through listening to Dhamma, through reflecting on Dhamma, and living in the present moment with mindfulness and wisdom. Then Buddha says, how we overcome the samsaric circle. First of all, we understood how the world arises. Then Buddha explained how we overcome the samsaric circle. With the fading away and cessation of ignorance comes cessation of volition formations. Avidyayatve vasesi viraga nirodho chhago sankhara nirodha. Sankhara nirodha vijnana nirodho. With the cessation of volitional formations comes cessation of consciousness. Vijnana Nirodha, Nama Rupa Nirodho. With the cessation of consciousness comes cessation of mentality and corporeality. Nama Rupa Pachya, Nama Rupa Nirodha, Salayatana Nirodho. With the cessation of mind and matter comes cessation of six senses. Salayatana Nirodha, Phassa Nirodho. With the cessation of six senses comes cessation of contact. Phassa Nirodha, Vedana Nirodho. With the cessation of contact comes cessation of feeling. Vedana Nirodha, Tanha Nirodho. With the cessation of feeling comes cessation of craving. Tanha Nirodha, Upadana Nirodho. With the cessation of craving comes cessation of clinging. Upadana Nirodha, Bhava Nirodho. With the cessation of clinging comes cessation of existence of becoming. And Bhava Nirodha, Jati Nirodho. With the cessation of existence comes cessation of birth. When we are not born, we have no suffering. Jati Nirodha, Jara Marana, Soka Parideva, like that. With the cessation of birth, cessation of decay, death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair comes. When we are ignorant, everything suddenly happens at the moment. Instantly. If we look at something with ignorance, suddenly our everything happens. When we are in wisdom, reflecting on impermanence, at the moment we don't depend on outside. Our mind is not fixed anything or anyone outside. We suddenly look at inside. Little by little, we should train our mind to increase the duration of reflecting on impermanence. Then little by little, we can jump away from the samsaric circle when we practice vipassana bhavana. And little by little, we increase the duration of reflecting on impermanence. One day, when we experience something, suddenly we know very well this experience arises and ceases. We look at inside. In first level, we keep our attention inside, getting away from physical things, material things outside. Secondary, in the second level, we keep our attention in wisdom and we release our mind from even mental formations, even wholesome mental states too. It means we don't find anything or anyone for even practicing loving kindness. We don't find anyone that we should reflect on the impurity of body parts. In the primary level, we practice loving kindness to get rid of anger. And also we contemplate on impurity of body parts. This is your hair, this is your skin, this is your nail, this is your skin, like that. This is your teeth. But when we reflect on impermanence, we don't find anyone or anything outside. We don't need to practice even Asubha Bhavana, the impurity of body parts. And for that, we have a gradual path. Little by little. First of all, we should have discipline in our speech and behavior. Then little by little, we practice concentration meditation techniques for concentration of our mind. And finally, Samahito bhikkhave yatha bhutam pajanati. When the mind is concentrated, we see the reality. What is the reality in this world? Anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Impermanence, suffering or dissatisfaction, and anatta, selflessness. It means we see the word reality, then we have no any struggle. We don't have to struggle with anyone or anything. Then we are in equanimity. We are only the seekers who see this reality. Because we don't take anything or anyone as me, as myself. Even my body goes to old age, decay, sickness, death. I don't take even my body as me, as myself. I feel some physical pains, but I don't take those feelings too as me, as mine, as myself. I am only a judge, only a seeker. Then we have overcome suffering. And also, we are not lazy at that moment. We are so active. And we see the reality, and also we are ready to give this message to the world too. Especially Arahantas, after they attain enlightenment, they are so compassionate to give this message to the world, because the world is suffering. The people are suffering. That is why they want to give this message to the world. They don't need to become people as Buddhism, but they want to give this message to the world. Anicca dukkha anatta or Sila Samadhi Panya. They point out this path to the world because of their compassion. And also they see that all the people in this world were their close relatives and friends in their previous lives. That is why they want to give this message to the world as soon as they can. Have any question? One hour passed. Okay, today we discuss the continuation of the circle of the samsara or rebirth and its cessation. Okay, whenever we are ignorant, we are in the samsaric circle by generating mental formations, such as wholesome mental formations, unwholesome mental formations, or imperturbable mental formations. And whenever we are wise and mindful at the moment, we create some mental formations that cause us to not to come back to the world. Kammakkhaya sangatati. Atti bhikkhave kammang akanna sukhang akanna sukha vipakam kammakkhaya sangatati. There is some action which is neither black nor white, that causes neither black nor white results. Kammakkhaya sangasati. Whenever we live in mindfulness, reflecting on impermanence, at the moment we create some mental formations. They are payoga abhisankhara. Those mental formations don't help us to come back to the world. Those mental formations help us to overcome this samsaric circle. Buddha kindly pointed out the path how we go away from the samsaric circle by practicing vipassana bhavana or insight meditation, or reflecting on impermanence, suffering, and selflessness. Okay, have any question? If you participate to the class continuously, you can see day by day we are going to the deeper level. Okay? In first classes, we usually discuss very primary topics such as the stories of generosity, the stories of virtue, renunciation, like that. Now we directly go to the topic. We directly go to the way how we overcome the samsaric circle. Finally, we have to practice only impermanence. Buddha says, I proclaim to everyone, those who are ordinary people, who are in the sacred, trained person, who are untrained persons, only thing that I proclaim to the world to practice, which is that reflecting on impermanence of five aggregates. we should look at 5 aggregates as Samudaya, rising, Attangama, cessation, Asada, gratification, Adinava, danger, and Nissarana, liberation, or let it go. Every moment, 5 aggregates arise, cease, arise, cease. Sometimes I have very sweet 5 aggregates. Sometimes I have very danger aggregates. Then I see this danger and gratification, then I become liberation. I become the equanimity. I don't take anything or anyone as me, as myself. I don't take as me, at least my physical body. Okay, thank you for your good attention. Today we discussed the continuation of the circle of rebirth and its cessation too. By the power of this spiritual energy, may our departed relatives also rejoice with these merits and may they enhance their samsaric journey, and finally may they also attain the final bliss of liberation. With that intention, let's share these merits with our departed relatives. Recite in the Gatha. Idam me jnati nam hotu sukhita hontu nya. Idam me jnati nam hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idam me jnati nam hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. By the power of all these meritorious deeds, may guardian deities and angels also receive this spiritual energy. May they enhance their divine energy. May they keep their eye on you too. With that intention, let's share these merits with guardian deities and angels too. Akasata ca bummata devanaga mahindikam Punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu sasanam. Akasata ca bummata devanaga mahindikam Punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu desanam. Akasata ca bummata devanaga Punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu tang sada. By the power of all these meritorious deeds and spiritual energy, may you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no problems come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May your all righteous wishes meet with success. Finally, may all of us attain the final bliss of liberation. Dukkham pantha ca nindukkha, bhayam pantha ca ninbhaya, sokam pantha ca nissoka, hontu sabbe pipanino.